Sarah's going to start the webcast and she'll let you know, Madam Mayor, when it's commenced.
Madam Mayor, we're now live. Thank you. Welcome councillors, staff and community members that have joined us tonight via webcast. Due to the rapidly evolving events in the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, it is agreed for everyone's safety to conduct tonight's ordinary meeting and for public forum remotely. I remind our viewers that we are still bound by the public health order that currently restricts large gatherings in confined spaces and requirements in physical distancing. Council have a responsibility to ensure our community, councillors and staff are safe, and that includes creating the safe environment. Our priority is the safety to our community, our staff and councillors, and with that in mind, we will monitor circumstances week to week and consider all the factors. I now declare the public forum opened. We are holding the public forum today to hear from community members who have registered to speak on items before the council meeting tonight. I ask that the community members be listened to in silence and with respect. I would like to remind those watching that due to the public health order, we will continue to hold meetings remotely and update the public on changes that may occur. I am pleased to advise that the public forum will include members of the public who have given us their submissions and will be read out by a staff member. I'd like to remind the speakers, Ms. Sullivan, that indeed everyone in the forum will be webcast. This means your image and what you say will be broadcast live to the public, and it is also recorded. Please be mindful of what you say and avoid making statements that may defame or offend anyone. Council is not responsible for your actions. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Dark and Young people, on which we meet today, and pay my respects to the elders past and present. Do any councillors or staff have any conflicts of interest to disclose in the matters being discussed at the forum, which are item 3.4, the deferred item, the entrance channel studies and reports, item 3.5, deferred item, the entrance beach north coastal erosion update. I note that Councillor McLaughlin, who is not here, has actually declared a less than significant non-pecuniary in the item 3.4, the entrance channel studies and reports. I note the following people have made a submission to be read out at the public forum. Sam Gardner on item 3.4, deferred item, the entrance channel studies and reports. Scott Lang, deferred item, the entrance channel studies and reports. Paul Green, 3.5, deferred item, the entrance beach north coastal erosion update, and he is for. The other two speakers haven't indicated where they are. Councillors are advised that there were originally 3 people making submissions to item 3.4, deferred item, the entrance channel studies and reports. The Code of Meeting Practice only provides 2 for and 2 against. As a result, Tony Moon withdrew her request to speak. I note that her submission has been provided to all councillors. Speaker on item 3.4, deferred item, the entrance channel studies and reports. I now invite Ms. Shane Sullivan of Council to read the submissions received from 1, Mr. Sam Gardner, to Mr. Scott Lang. Ms. Sullivan, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Councillors, my name is Sam Gardner. I'm a resident of the entrance and an advocate for Tuggerah Lakes. For the past 2.5 years, I've been following the debate around the entrance channel and the lakes. And as time has gone on, my confidence in the ability of this council to work together and deliver any kind of result for our community in regards to this issue, let alone anything else for that matter, has all but disappeared completely. In fact, I openly welcome the administrator because anything has to be better than the toxic, dysfunctional mess that we have right now. Tonight might very well be your last meeting, so I'm going on the record to say thank you to the councillors that have fought for achieving some kind of progress for Tuggerah Lakes. To those of you who have used their majority over the past 3 years to play tactics, I hope we never see you in these seats again. You could have helped facilitate some productive results for the management of the entrance channel and Tuggerah Lakes, but instead chose to use your majority to play cheap tactics by hijacking, watered down, blocking, or deferring any motion that was put forward by the few councillors that were trying to actually bring about a result for our community. The display we have seen over your term has been absolutely sickening to watch at times, and the disdain that some of you clearly hold towards any form of public scrutiny just signifies why some of you do not deserve the positions you hold. You should be ashamed. Here we go again tonight talking about yet another report of the same old reports on the entrance channel. One of the findings specified to have merit is exactly what was proposed to you on the 9th of June this year by councillors Bruce McLaughlin and Gilly Pillen, a small single training wall on the southern side of the channel to help keep the channel from migrating south over the rock shelf. Their motion called for the investigation of a low-cost removable geotech sandbag training wall quoted at just $300,000. But once again, this motion was hijacked, watered down and deferred. You asked for a summary of the old reports and here it is. It says, plain as day, this idea has merit. So as your parting gesture, I would implore you to all work together and put forward a motion to request the administrator to investigate this as an option for the entrance channel. At least leave us with something good to focus on. Then again, you could just remain pig-headed and play your usual tactics. I can only hope that you pleasantly surprise us all. Sam Gardner, The Entrance. Dear councillors, my name is Scott Lang and I am a proud fifth generation North Entrance local that has a keen interest in the health and well-being of the entrance channel. I have heard over and over for decades that break walls do not work, but here tonight I see the latest report. Key findings show that a southern training wall does in fact have merit. Isn't that what you councillors voted down when Councillor McLaughlin asked you to consider something new, to consider the use of geotextile bags like they do in Queensland? Last time I addressed council, I was called for the mayor's resignation after our properties were flooded and walking around for days in raw sewage, pleading for council to open the channel. I told council then to throw some geotextile bags in and give it a go, was my words. You have nothing to lose. Well, now looks like the experts agree with Councillor McLaughlin and myself. There is no more excuses. You now have a report that says you can try something new. The geotextile bags can be cheaply installed and removed if done successful. Seriously, what do you have to lose? You can't lose any money because you have none. You are always going to have to ask the state government for a grant regardless. You can't lose your reputation. You are already the council that tore up 4.6 million tourism grants check, and the council that can't pay your staff and facing administration. So what do you have to lose by putting up a motion to request the administrator to investigate a southern training wall like the key findings say? Why not put something in play tonight? And if you do all get the sack, at least you have actually done something as councillors instead of wasting your term and achieving nothing. How about councillors do something for the entrance and the lake? Follow the report key findings and put in motion something to go forward on. And while you can, you are still Central Coast councillors. Scott Lang.
Ms Sullivan, I now invite you to read the submission from Mr Paul Green on the item 3.5, deferred item, the Entrance Beach North Coastal Erosion Update. Ms Sullivan.
Dear councillors, my name is Paul Green, a resident of Hutton Road North Entrance, and I would like to take the time to express our appreciation to Central Coast Council and in particular councillors Greg Best and Councillor Bruce McLaughlin, who took our calls and listened to our concerns regarding the severe erosion our properties were facing. When we contacted the councillors, we were told upfront of the political minefield of beachfront erosion and were aware of the issues the residents had faced at Wombrel since the 2016 storms, with no progress to their plight. So I especially wish to thank the current council for accepting the urgency motion from councillors Greg Best and councillor Bruce McLaughlin and hearing out the local beachfront owners' concerns. Things progressed quickly once the state government assistance of the Parliamentary Secretary for the Central Coast, Adam Crouch, came online. Residents were addressed at North Entrance Surf Club under the Emergency Services Coordinator, Lee Shearer, and the works began. I can now understand the rationale of wanting a coordinated, uniformed approach and not allowing the residents to carry out their own works. Special thanks to Director Scott Cox and Director Julie Vaughan and team members Luke Sulkowski for the and communications. We would again like to express our gratitude to Adam Crouch MP for his decisive response in assisting the residents of North Entrance. It would not have happened without Adam Crouch's support. Council and councillors receive a lot of flack. However, Aussies rally behind each other in emergencies, be it fire, flood, or even coastal erosion. And it was warming to receive such assistance when our calls for help were answered. Thank you again to all the councillors for your support. Paul and Belinda Green.
Thank you, Ms Sullivan. I now declare the public forum closed and you're invited to watch the webcast of the council meeting, which will commence at 6:30 p.m. A link to the webcast can be found on council's website. Thank you.